Alright, we've got some big, very big news to start this video off. Team Rocket has started invading Pokemon Go. Right now, there are very few reports, so it seems like it's really rare. Personally, I haven't seen any of these invaded Pokestops just yet. Now, of course, since I haven't seen an invaded Pokestop yet, I'm just going to quickly go over this, and I'm referencing a thread here from Hat Function on the Sylph Road. Once I actually find one of these Pokestops myself, we'll go into a little bit more detail. So, right now, you can see an invaded stop because it's a little bit darker, and it's kind of flickering and freaking out. So if you see a weird Pokestop, it's been invaded by Team Rocket. Once you get to the invaded Pokestop, you can have a battle with the Team Rocket Grunt, and this is a battle in the style of trainer battles, so if you're not used to that battle system yet, now's a good time to start practicing. Once you defeat the Team Rocket Grunt, you'll get a chance to catch a Shadow Pokemon. Shadow Pokemon that have been reported so far: Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Rattata, Zubat, and they can be shiny. Once you catch the Shadow Pokemon, you can either keep it as a Shadow Pokemon, or you can purify it. If you purify it, it costs Stardust and Candy. Purifying the Pokemon will increase its IVs by 2 across the board, and it'll power it up to level 25. So they'll be low level as a Shadow Pokemon, but once you purify, they'll be stronger. Now you can leave them as a Shadow Pokemon. The Shadow Pokemon do cost extra Stardust and Candy to power up, so if you want to save Dust and Candy, purify them. If you want to have a cool Shadow Pokemon, keep a Shadow Pokemon. So there you go, quick overview. Shadow Pokemon are now available in Pokemon Go. You can find them by battling Team Rocket Grunts at invaded Pokestops. And again, reports are really sparse right now, so be patient. I haven't seen one yet either, but they're out there. Good luck. Now stay tuned for a very, very beautiful adventure in Yellowstone National Park, including Mudkip Community Day. Kind of. How's that for a place to wake up to? Not even inside the park, just beautiful, beautiful Montana. Which, by the way, I checked off the list early because we had to leave the park last night. So, Montana, the state I've wanted to visit the most. We're here, but we're gonna head back down into Wyoming and into Yellowstone for the rest of the day. The ranger definitely had some confidence in me, giving me this spot and expecting me to back in here, but I managed. It only took 5, didn't take that long. Now that I'm settled, it's time for breakfast. Not bad for someone who is terrible at cooking. Alright, I finished up my edit mostly for the day. There is something I need to record and add on to the beginning of it, but in order to do that, I need to get to a part of the park with cell service. So we're going to head out for the day. I'm going to export and upload this video from my car somewhere in the park, and then we'll get on with the real adventure. I'm in Canyon Village, where there are a few Pokestops, a couple gyms, so, you know, a little bit to be done up here. I'm gonna walk around and spin the Pokestops, maybe put a Pokemon in the gym. I was planning on uploading while I'm here, but the upload speeds are not that great. Passable, but I would be here for probably an hour if I were to do that. It's already 1:30, Community Day starts at 4. I wanna make sure we get out. I don't wanna be sitting here in a parking lot. I can do that anywhere. Just take a look. These Pokemon have been here 20 hours, 3 hours, and 20 hours. So there are at least a couple other Pokemon Go players here in the park, which means maybe I'll run into some people for Community Day. I'm still not sure exactly where I'm going to do it. It's got to be a spot with service, and maybe a few Pokestops. If all else fails, maybe I'll come back up here to Canyon Village and walk around the parking lot. No, I'm sure we can find a better spot than that. I walked down all this way and I'm on the wrong side of the waterfall. I mean, it's a beautiful sight. Great view from up here, but we need to go look at it from the other side because I have new merch. You might have already noticed, or you might have thought it was the same as the last one. But no, this design is based on Lower Yellowstone Falls, this incredible waterfall. After the last piece that I designed that was inspired by these retro national parks posters, we figured why not do one that's inspired by actual parks. So not only is there a shirt available, there's a brand new beautiful pin. We have postcards, signed postcards. Remember a couple months ago when I went into the warehouse and signed like thousands of postcards? Those are available now, and if you're lucky, some of them have a little drawing on there. Maybe like 1 in 25. Community Day shiny odds. So if you get one of the ones with a picture, tweet me, let me know. There's also a patch available for the first time and a full-size poster of the artwork. I think we're also doing a package deal if you want to get a pin, a patch, and a postcard. There's a 20% discount on that. You know, I figure I have this opportunity not just to visit these beautiful parks, my favorite part of America, but also to give back and help preserve them a little bit. So for every sale that we make of this new National Parks merch, I'm going to be donating a little bit of money to the National Parks Foundation to help preserve our national parks. So go check it out down in the description. New shirt, pin, postcard, patch, poster. Why doesn't shirt start with a P? Anyway, it's all down there. Should be able to find it pretty quickly. Wild Tauros just chilling on the side of the road. Or, since Gen 5's coming soon, Bouffalant. Wild Stantler 2, or more Gen 5 prep, Wild Sawsbuck. I've honestly never seen so much wildlife in a national park. Out of all the parks I've been to, I've never seen this many animals roaming. So if you want to go to a national park and see wildlife, put Yellowstone on the list. I mean, seriously, like, look at this. True story. When I was younger, I thought Yellowstone National Park was going to kill me. Let me explain. When I was around 10 or 12 years old, I was on vacation with my family in Hawaii, and we were watching a documentary on National Geographic about Yellowstone, and I learned that underneath Yellowstone National Park is a giant supervolcano. The last time the supervolcano erupted was about 600,000 years ago, and it was such a massive eruption that it covered half of the planet in a cloud of ash, blocked out the sun, suffocated, and killed, just decimated life on Earth. Then the documentary also said that the next eruption could be any time now, and of course to me as a 10 or 12-year-old, that meant this is probably going to happen tomorrow. So I remember really wanting to stay in Hawaii because it was further away from Yellowstone, and I thought that maybe if we were out there, that cloud of ash wouldn't reach us like it would back home in California. And I was convinced as a child that this supervolcano was going to explode, block out the sun, and suffocate me, and that was how I was going to go out. So I guess me being here right now is sort of facing a childhood fear, conquering that fear. Obviously, I'm not too worried about it anymore, but as a child, I really thought that's how I was going to die. Of course, that volcanic activity underneath the park is what creates all these hot springs and geysers and just sulfuric mud volcanoes like the one over there. And it makes this a perfect place for Mudkip Community Day because there's literally mud and water. Although I'm not sure Mudkip could survive in this volcano sulfur water. And it stinks. We're not doing community day at the mud volcano though. Our spot's about another 5 miles down the road. It's 4:10. Mudkip Day has officially started. And here's what it looks like in Yellowstone. Uh-oh. So I'm at the Lake Village. This is the Lake Lodge. There's a post office here. Typically, wherever there's a post office in the park, I've had pretty good service. Admittedly, this wasn't one of the spots that I actually checked my service on the drive in. I just kind of assumed, and maybe it might be backfiring on me right now. I thought the Lake Village would be a perfect place for Mudkip Community Day. Turns out it's not much of a village. It's mostly just the hotel here. Still, oh, my progress bar moved a little. Maybe my connection's getting better over here? Yeah, it didn't get any better. I should have taken this backpack off. Yeah, it didn't get any better. So cross the Lake Village off of places where you could potentially do Community Day in the park. Open up the map. I have two options. I'm here at the Lake Village. It's either a 30-something mile drive to Old Faithful. I passed by there on the way in yesterday. I had service. I didn't test to see how good it was. I just know I had service. Or I head back another 40, closer to 50 miles to Mammoth Hot Springs. 50 miles is going to take me at least an hour and 15 minutes, but it is back towards camp. It's actually past camp, so it would be a short drive afterwards. If I go to Old Faithful, it's still another 30 plus miles to drive back to camp afterwards. I could always go back to Canyon Village, but I really don't want to spend Community Day in a parking lot. Should we risk Old Faithful? Let's do it. Halfway to Old Faithful. I should get there by 5:30, which means I have an hour and a half of Community Day, if my service works. The good news is I ate my lunch while I was driving, so I don't have to stop for lunch once Community Day starts, once I join the already started Community Day. Uh-oh. Well, the road ahead is completely stopped. A couple of emergency vehicles went by, like ambulances, so I wonder if maybe there's a car accident or something happened. People are pulling over, stopping. I mean, if something terrible happened, obviously I'm not upset that I'm missing Community Day, but yeah, I might be missing Community Day. It's kind of scary. I hope everyone's okay. We're so close. I'm right about here. Kepler Cascades. Old Faithful's just here. I don't think I have enough time to turn back the other way and actually make it to anywhere with service, so I guess we're waiting it out. Really, I just hope everyone's gonna be okay up there. Okay. Alright, it looks like we're moving. I can take my sunshade down. And we stopped again. Cars are starting to come up this way. I wonder if that means they opened it or they're sending people back. I can see the steam coming up from the geysers at Old Faithful, just over the trees. We're so close. Yeah, it looks like they're alternating sides, like they only have one lane open. They let some of us go, they let some of the other side go. This could be a while. Well, it was an accident. It's 6:40 now. This is the closest I've been to logged in all Community Day. Honestly, seeing that accident kind of ruined my mood, so if I don't get in, if I don't catch any shiny Mudkip, that's fine. There are always much more important things in life, but Maybe this is becoming a trend. Maybe my shiny luck has gotten so bad that I'm now even missing out on the free shinies. Nothing on Raikou Day. Looks like it's going to be nothing on Mudkip Community Day. I don't know, maybe I'll find a Plusle on the way out of the park later. Well, it's official. 7 o'clock, no Mudkip for me today. Just a couple things to consider. One, I could have gone the safe route. I could have gone to Mammoth Hot Springs. Is that what it was called? The place I knew I had service. The place I knew I could have played the game. I decided to take a risk. Come this way, check out Old Faithful. Didn't pay off, but that's okay. Sometimes in life, you have to take risks. Not everything's gonna work out. And second, no use worrying about things that are out of your control. Something unexpected happened today. It prevented me from getting here any earlier. But it's out of my control. I didn't know it was gonna happen. Nothing I can do about it now. So, let's move on. We're here at Old Faithful, probably the most iconic, well-known geological feature of Yellowstone National Park. Next eruption's going up in approximately 30 minutes, so why not hang out, see that, and then make our way back to camp. I did something I don't normally do. It's just that kind of day. Picked up a little souvenir, but it's functional. It's a journal featuring the art that I love that inspired this merch. 1 page for each national park, so I'm gonna write a little bit at every park. Also grabbed a magnet. Can you see? You see the inspiration there? Oh, my fridge is stainless. I don't think this is gonna stick.